Actually, the reason I got into football, just watching him watching him play college football, and I remember it being like posters at my grandma's house when he played at Iowa State, him on the motorcycle, the classic one in the weight room, and that just, encouraged me, him and my other cousin to play football. So
be able to see somebody who was able to play here at Southwest and then make it out and then come back and give back. Like, that's something that I always wanted to do. I always wanted to be able to make it out of my environment and come back and help. So to see him be able to do that, that really inspires me and motivates me to go even further in what I want to do and help in this community.
Let me just say this. This is an outstanding young man. Before he was a pro football player, just an outstanding person, and the type that was going to be successful in this life because he's a great person. I mean, just look what he did. He didn't have to do this, buy food for these fellas, and they really appreciate it. But not only a great football player, but a great person, and a hell of a NFL career, and just one of the good people, one of the best people ever came through this program.
My name is Benny Ruth Ross, and Oliver Calvin Ross III is my grandson. When Oliver was growing up, he was a very good child. He liked to play ball. He loved to play all sports. And also, I encouraged him, and his family encouraged him to go to church. I didn't have too much problem out of Ollie.
My childhood was it was easy growing up from where we came from. I mean, we were taught values. Nothing was everything was pretty much earned. They definitely taught us to work hard for what we get and, appreciate what we get. Like I said, we was never the richest family, but we made do with what we had. As a child, football meant a way to get out, release frustration, to get out and play with friends and have fun. It was more fun versus kind of just, playing the game.
When he made it big, I was very elated. We were so happy that the family just jumped up and down with joy. I think we had that joy, and we still, all while he played football, we still had the same amount of joy. We were so proud of him.
Thank you for being here. Welcome to the National Football League's 1998 player draft.
I was drafted by Dallas Cowboys. Was there for a year. I was in Philadelphia for a year. I was in Pittsburgh for 4 years. Arizona for 4 years, New England for maybe a half of a year, and then back to Arizona. It was still fun, from high school to college, and then once it got from college to pros, it was more of a job. You kind of had to make sure everything was done right. There was no mistakes. You couldn't make mistakes, so if you did, you needed to correct them because you really didn't have a lot of chances.
Can you tell us about the accident that ended your career?
Oh, okay. The accident that ended my career was I was riding a four-wheeler at the sand dunes. And, they have kiddie tracks where kids get a quad and they just ride round and round and round. And it digs like a rut. So when you're riding, you can't really see it, just looking straight until you get up on it. So when I seen it, I kind of hit the gas and wheelied, now I'm inside the circle because it's a big circle, like a big circle. But I couldn't get the wheels down and back up fast enough to get over the other side, and maybe tumbled about 3 or 4 times. And once I realized it, I kind of pushed the quad away. And the first thing I did was kind of touch my knees and stuff to make sure everything was fine. And once I went to touch my knee, I kind of moved my left hand, and I felt my my clavicle kind of clicking, and I touched it, and it was separated. It was kind of almost poking out the skin.
Around the table, around the bags, all the way through the double trees, around them, come back here, and then we'll stretch it out. Ready? Start over here. I think today went very well. It was a nice introduction from, workouts, warm-ups. We did some fundamental stuff, but you really, it's not an overnight process, so it definitely takes a while, as the kids go along, get older and they learn, the process, it'll definitely start coming to.
Taught the young ones the fundamentals of football, what you need to do, what you need to, what we need to do for the next level, and just stay in shape and focus on grades. I see Oliver as an inspiration because he played in NFL for 10 years. That's a real big thing. First time meeting the NFL, ex-NFL player, but he still played. Just told me just focus on grades and just work hard.
Like, it was actually his idea for me to come here out of high school, but I decided to not listen and take my own path, and now I ended up here. So he just made sure that I'm not being a knucklehead in the streets, and he definitely affects my life.
Do you want to be like Oliver when you grow up?